and this is the Young and Getting It Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast. There's no G at the end of Getting. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow us on there and comment on there. We're also on YouTube. Search Young and Getting It Podcast. See the little cartoon version of us. Please subscribe on there and watch us Breakfast Club style.
You can also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast. And then you can always go to our website, which is www.weareYAGIP.com. And of course, to join the conversation, hit us up in our email, which is Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or text our Google Voice number, or even call and leave a voicemail, which is 323-486-3811.
Back to the bullshit. Cool. We're back. Episode 91. I am kind of sick, so you're just going to hear sickness. Sorry, guys.
It's whatever. So I guess we could start with the thing that we brought up already, like Kevin Hart getting into a car accident and having to get back surgery. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, apparently his car like went into a ditch, but it looked like it was like an old school car. You saw the picture of it, right? Oh, let me show you the picture. That shit's fucked up. Like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, it makes sense why he needed back surgery. Like, look at
shit.
it. The whole roof.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it was a convertible or if the roof got snatched off.
That looks like a Cadillac or something. Like, what is that? You can see, it's too blurry. Like, it's that Cadillac, old school Cadillac
it's a real
body.
Old school car.
Damn, nigga.
Yeah. The driver and Kevin suffered major injuries, and he apparently needed back surgery. I hope he's not paralyzed.
Yeah, he wasn't driving. I wonder who was driving, and I wonder what happened.
Yeah.
Because Kevin's probably pissed. Like, nigga, you almost killed
But with the car careens, that sounds bad. That sounds like it was going really fast, and then...
And that car ain't meant to be going really fast. The body of that car...
Cruiser.
That's a car you cruise and let people see you
cruiser.
in. Yeah, that's not no speeding trying to get nowhere fast.
Right?
That's scary. That sucks.
So, prayers up for Kevin.
I hate surgery in general, so... I mean, you watch back surgery all the time, so it's like,
and I know how bad that shit is. Like, yeah, I'm desensitized to it, but like, and like, so when patients be crying and shit, I'm like, can you like shut up and like let's get in the room? But it's like that shit is seriously really scary.
Yeah, I might
especially cry. Like depending on where you're having surgery, that shit's scary. And then another thing, do you remember that guy? Remember that Facebook Live video of the 3 people in the car? It was the girl in the front seat and the guy, and then there was a guy in the back seat, and they had the gun. And the guy got shot in the head, and he was telling her, no, put that away, put it away. Yeah. So he's fine.
Ooh,
I saw a news article about him when I was at work one day this week, and he's walking again, but with a walker, and it's like it's
so
really
she
bad.
Actually fucked him up.
And like he had to learn to talk again. All this stuff. Oh, Bradley's hair.
Shit's everywhere. My dog.
Oh,
I
no,
can't
that's
see
my
it.
hair. Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
But he had to learn how to walk again, and then he had to learn how to talk again. But like he's doing pretty okay, and like the lady is going to court for charges. But they have like a video of him walking. Oh, there's gonna be an ad. I don't want to watch that shit. But yeah, so he's fine and he's walking, but like if you see the way that he walks, if this shit'll work, like it's really bad. Like it's like those people like that, well, you know, like when people break their backs and they have to like have those little like things on their legs, like the little splint thingies. Yeah. He has that on his legs.
That's
and he's like using a walker.
Guns.
But he was telling her to put it down in the video. Remember, he was like, no, put that shit down. Don't point that shit at me. And then she shot him. And you just see like the blood coming out his head, and then the guy in the backseat got out the car and ran away. So I don't know what's happening to that guy.
I thought he was for sure dead. That's why when you started it, I was like, oh, what happened?
No, yeah, I thought he died too, like because we never got a follow up from the story. But he's fine.
That girl went to jail for being reckless with a gun. Jesus.
Oh, she pled guilty. I mean, bitch, she was on Facebook Live. We seen it.
Right. Whew, children. And it's like now seeing how young children are, even in 6th grade, like it's like y'all are so bad. Like I don't tell my like whenever I'm subbing for a class, and like I never tell them don't cuss, period. But I'll be like, I'll stop everything I'm doing, and I'm like, did you just cuss in front of an adult? And I'm like, I'll look at them like they're crazy, like I thought you would have known, not to do.
I mean, they probably do it at home in front of their parents.
I know. But I'm like, you're doing it in front of your parents, you're doing it in front of your teacher, then you're doing it in front of your boss, and you lose your job. Like.
I mean, possibly.
Possibly,
it depends on what type of job you have, because I know, like, my manager they be cussing all the time.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I've
true.
I've had an interview recently where like this higher up dude cussed while we were on it. I was just like, oh, we doing that?
Yeah,
I'm not.
And we've all had like teachers and bosses who've cussed, but it's like
it's just you gotta know
that behavior should not be normalized ever.
Unfortunately, it is.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I'm like,
Cassie got engaged.
my kids can't do
while
it.
El Pregeo.
Oh, yeah. I know, that was so cute.
Yeah, that was cute. I think that shit's so ghetto though. Like when people get pregnant and then they like rush their wedding though. That's just me personally.
Her name's gonna be Cassie Fine. That is such a. His name,
I was like, what?
Her name will be Cassie Fine.
Is it her name's Cassandra, so it'll be Cassandra Fine.
Oh, Cassandra.
Mm-hmm. I just found out her name was Cassandra because I went on her Instagram. You know, everybody be having nicknames and shit.
And it was funny because I was reading the comments and everyone was saying the same thing. It's like, ladies, this is what happens when you start stop surrounding yourself by people who make you devalue yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you start surrounding around people who make you value yourself, because they're like, in 1 year, she went from a nigga who had her for a decade and never wifed her to a man who saw her, got her pregnant and wifed her in a year from leaving Diddy. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. It's like, you gotta be with the right one. I just feel like that's probably just the right one for her. It was a personal trainer, but look at now, they're about to get married.
Yep. Just, I don't know when they gonna do it, because apparently some sources told the Shade Room or something that they got a marriage license already. I'm just like, that shit's so ghetto to me.
Yeah, Nikki did the same thing.
That's even more.
Nikki's and her dude are probably.
She's just a different person.
Yeah,
she's very fucking different.
Interesting. She's a character.
Oh, so you remember how we were talking about how Vital Information changed their theme music? They didn't. It was a mistake. I was listening to the episode on the way over here, the newest episode, and apparently AJ had edited the episode, and usually Erin does it, and she messed up and put the wrong part of the intro song on there. So Erin was people were messaging me why'd y'all change the intro music? You didn't have to change the intro music. Why'd you do that? And she was like, I didn't know what they was talking about. So I just replied back, AJ edited the episode. And then so they were talking about it and I guess they went back and listened to it, and they're like, oh shit. So because I remember I was hot. I was hot.
Y'all, I really like your intro music.
Y'all not gonna give us no warning 50
Right.
Cent did with Power.
Right.
You're not gonna give us a warning.
She's a big rich town. You can't go from Joe to Trey songs, nigga. That's Joe, nigga. What the fuck?
And it wasn't even mastered. How are you? That shit sounded so bad. It sounded like he recorded it in the fucking bathroom. Did you see that video? 50 Cent was like, Trey Songz did this for me as a favor.
He's like, he said, man, I gotta change it back.
50 Cent makes cancers look so bad because he just makes us look like we are such assholes. And you don't ever know when that nigga is serious or when he's joking. And it's just I know I have that problem too. And it's just you're just making us look really bad, fam. And I don't appreciate it.
It's really funny.
And I haven't watched this week's episode of Power, but I'm trying to watch it because
it's back.
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
It was back last Sunday.
It's on your Amazon?
Yeah. Okay. If you watch it before me, though, I'm going to slap you. I meant Rashad watch it with me last weekend because I was like, if somebody watches this on my motherfucking account before I fucking watch it, because that's how the episodes begin messed up for me. People watched it before me, and you know how Amazon doesn't do play from beginning?
Yeah.
It just, that feature doesn't fucking exist.
Right.
So it'll start at a point in the middle of the episode.
And you're wait.
So we just hurried up and watched it when it got on there. But I haven't watched it this week, and because we was joking, we what if this nigga really changes it back? I was like, I will die.
Oh yeah, that would be hilarious.
I would fucking die.
How many episodes have there been?
Just one. This is the second one this week. Yeah, cool. So it's not that deep in the game.
That's why everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, and then somebody was like, at this point, we might as well have Tariq sing it. I was like, first of all, y'all are rude.
That is funny.
But I was fucking screaming when I played that video of 50 Cent for Rashad. We were out on the balcony and we were just out there chilling. It was late at night too. And we literally started screaming. We didn't give a fuck about our neighbors. I was just out there fucking screaming because I was like, this shit is too motherfucking funny.
Oh God, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the popular culture world?
Honestly, I don't know. Oh well, Serena Williams beat that lady.
Oh, did she?
That I don't remember her name. It's that Russian chick that got banned for using drugs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot her name. I know exactly
So she beat the shit out of her. Mm-hmm. And her husband wore a Dare shirt to the game. He's rude as fuck.
Serena's husband?
Yes.
Wow.
Wore a Dare shirt to the game.
That's a couple goals.
First of all.
Petty goals. Petty has a couple goals.
Exactly. He's like, nah, this my lady, and y'all not going to disrespect her like that.
He said, my lady, she just work out. She don't even take shit.
She had blood clots and came and beat your ass. She was pregnant. Oh,
yeah. She
like, this bitch was pregnant and winning shit. Come on now.
Man, I love her husband.
Did you watch? I don't think you saw it. There's this post by the roommates, by Hafiz specifically, on the roommates. And this guy, like, did a response to it. I'm like, I watched it, and it was basically like Hafiz was saying that I hope that's how you say his fucking name.
Yeah, I think
he was
on that shit. Hafiz.
Yeah, I'm like, he was on that shit. But he was saying that this girl asked him, like, I'm attractive, I have my own job, I have my own house, like, I'm basically well accomplished, well rounded, like, why is it that I feel like I have a hard time having guys being attracted to me? And so this nigga gonna say it's because men don't care about what you have in your career and what you have going on. Like, they care about the attraction first. Like, and so he was just going on basically to say, like, all that shit is just, like, extras. But when it comes to, like, sexual attraction or, like, attraction in general, like, we don't care about that. Like, men don't care about that. So this other guy replied back, and he was like, little boys don't care about this. Like, dudes that aren't basically like trying to wife you or like hold you down don't care about this shit. He was like, but a real man will care that it's like you have your own shit together and won't be like I'm probably gonna misquote him, but they won't feel intimidated by all the stuff that you have, but they'll think that it's nice that you have all those accolades and whatnot. And so Hafiz responded back, and he was like, this is like, he was like, basically, this is the problem with the internet. Like, people see a clip and respond to a clip and don't go watch the full whole interview. And so they don't know, the full whole podcast, so they don't know what everything is about. And he was like, I'm not saying like as far as like relationships go, he's like, I was talking about sexual attraction. Like, because when it comes to sexual attraction, the looks come first. I'm like, yes, that's definitely true. So like, yeah, I do understand it. But like, people were going off in the comments talking about, I hate their podcast. This is why I don't listen to them, because they always saying bullshit. Like, so I'm like, and it reminded me how like we posted clips too. Like, we all like, you always post a clip that's like gonna get somebody to like come in and watch your shit.
Right.
Like,
that's promo.
Exactly. So, and then like I was thinking about how those people were like, well, I hope this shit happens to you, when we were talking about Rihanna. And I'm just like, people really do be like jumping to motherfucking conclusions.
Yeah. And I've had this conversation with my male friends where it's like, men are willing to put their penis in a dumb female. And so as long as she's pretty, it doesn't matter if she's an idiot and she's made terrible life choices. If their only intention is to have sex, they don't care who you are as a person. My dog decided to play with a toy as usual, making noise. But yeah, no, but at the same time, the other point is correct, to where it's like, if you're looking for a relationship or looking for someone that you can have a long-term friendship that turns into something with, it's like, on top of you thinking that they're pretty, you're also going to be like, oh damn, like, okay, she did this, okay, so she can teach me something. And that those are the type of people who are looking for long-term. So it's like, yeah, both sides are correct, but people do just kind of
they just be jumping to conclusions. And I was just thinking about how in the media, like, there's so much like speculation. Like, we do this shit too. Like, we speculate on other people's relationships, and like, from the outside looking in, when it's just like, we don't know the full fucking story. We're just speculating. Yeah. Like, we only know as far as what like the fucking Shade Room or like Daily Mail or whatever fucking Instagram tells us.
And
like,
then they say it, and then they come back, oh, it wasn't true. Well, we still got.
And it's like, you've already formed all these motherfucking
still got
opinions.
1 million likes already on Shade Room,
right?
So it doesn't matter.
Right? Like, we're not gonna come back on there and be like, oh yeah, we were wrong. Like, well, I mean, we do that sometimes, but like, for the majority, like, the majority of the population is not gonna be like, oh, well, my opinion was ill-formed. Like, I really jumped to the conclusion.
Nope.
And so, like, I just want to bring that up, because I feel like there's a lot of jumping to conclusions that go on without like really learning the facts about the situation. Yeah. And like, my brother, said this one time. He was like, yeah, assumption is like the worst thing you could possibly do, because like you're assuming you know something instead of actually trying to listen and find out the facts. Like the minute you assume something, your ears are going to fall deaf to like whatever else the person says, because you've already made up the scenario in your head of like what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I had.
True that. Delve, learn, understand. Good time for a commercial break?
Hey everyone, interrupting the program very quickly to bring you guys a Black Business of the Week, because you know how we roll. This week we have the Champ Boxers. So you can find them on Instagram at thechampboxers, all one word, or you can find them at www.champboxers.com. Let me spell the name for you. So it's the Champ, CHAMP BOXERS. So this serial entrepreneur, Jawad Salim, is the man behind the Black-owned boxer line, Champ Boxers, inspired by his father, who's part owner of the Black-owned company True Laundry Detergent. Okay, it runs in a family. Salim sought out to provide the everyday Black male with day-to-day necessities to add confidence to their wardrobe and lifestyle. Champ Boxers is a brand dedicated to elevating the experience of how well boxer briefs fit. Salim describes his brand as premium, comfortable, and tasteful undergarments are daily essentials, and having the best premium boxers to complement your everyday movement while providing security seems like a no-brainer. And honestly, I have heard men complain about how boxer briefs fit, so that does make sense to me. So there's 3 collections of boxer briefs on their line, and they are reasonably priced, $20 a pop. And then the Motherland edition's a little bit more pricey because the fabric's a little bit more expensive, I would assume, or harder to get. So those ones come at $40. But these boxers, you know, they look cute. They look like they fit well. I was looking at the models on the website, and to support this brand, you could go on their website, which is champboxers.com. They also have this promo going on where you get free shipping when you spend more $30 or more, which is pretty great and pretty easy to do, because I believe only 3 packs of boxer briefs come per package. So you're not gonna wear just 3 pairs of drawers per week, I hope. And you can also find them on their Instagram, which is the Champ Boxers. So yes, please be sure to check them out. Let us know how you feel about them so I could get my man some. And then, you know, just let them know that we sent you so they know where they got the info from. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program.
Message.
Okay, guys, welcome back. So this week we don't have an each one teach one for you guys, like, just because, I don't know, I didn't find anything interesting to bring up this week. But I do have a question, because I was on social media and like I saw this couple, and it was this Black guy, big buff, looked like he played sports, and then this white girl, right? And they're like on vacation in some place that was foreign. I don't remember exactly where they were at, and like he was Gucci down, she was Gucci down too. Like they look like they, you know, spent money to put their outfits on. And so like it led me to think of the question, like, why is it okay for like a white woman to seek a man with money and not be called a gold digger, but like when a Black woman does that, or anybody ethnic does it, why are they automatically labeled a gold digger and lazy, and they ain't doing nothing for themselves and they want a handout? But when a white woman does it, it's just like, oh, she did well for herself.
Well, I feel like white people do call them gold diggers too, but Black women are just like the least cared about people. And so automatically we get it. White women can let it slide because Black men like don't date Black. And then it's that whole thing of like, oh, well, he wanted to be with her and did it. But they're still gold diggers. It's just Black women are always talked about the worst.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, why is it more like, it's just like, it's more acceptable for them to be with somebody that has money. And it's like, not always the first thing is like, well, she's only with him because he's rich, you know? But like when a Black woman gets with somebody that has money, it's just like, oh, well, she's a gold digger. Like, you know, Black China, that bitch, we don't give her any slack.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're just like, oh, she's a gold digger. All she was with Rob was for money. And it's like, yes, that might be true, but so is Ivanka. She's only with Trump for money.
Yeah, that bitch
Y'all
don't
think
like
she really
Trump
there
at
for
all.
love?
She don't like, you know how mad she is that her nigga became the president? Like, she's like, nigga, I was trying to lay low and take this nigga's money.
I was trying to collect these checks.
And I'm the first lady. Like, I'm pissed, you know? Like, now I got to hold this nigga's hand in public. Fuck. Like,
and go to events with him.
Yeah. And it's like, on top of the fact that she's, like, attractive and he's still fucking other bitches. And he's disgusting. You know? But no, women are just, in general, not looked at the same. But I don't know. I look at white women that way. I'm like, you're. I mean, I do.
I'm like, oh, so you just want his check?
Yeah, I'm like, you're a fucking gold digger. You can always tell. You can tell. I can always tell by the way someone talks if they're a gold digger. If they're like intelligent and eloquent, they aren't a gold digger. Some are. I'm not saying that they're not. But like when they're more eloquent and they can word why they were with that person, they usually can explain like, oh, we've known each other forever, or we were with each other for this reason. Usually, like. There's some women who they're dumb. And that goes back to me being like, men will stick their penis in dumb women, which I'm like, that's not okay. You shouldn't stick your penis in a dumb person. Like, you know, but men just want to have sex sometimes. So, you know, and some of them, they're like dumb, but they're really pretty. And that's when you realize like, for example, Black China, she was a gold digger because she's already rich and had like Bentleys and shit and a Bentley truck and this car, Rolls Royce and this. And then still is getting $10,000 child support a month from Rob. It's like,
but why do you need it?
How does that work if you're rich? That's the fucked up thing about California is the worst. Women will get it all. Men don't get shit. This guy called in the Breakfast Club. I forgot what state he's in, but like he basically had full custody of his children for like the whole time. And then like now that they went to court to revisit the custody, like now he has to pay her. And it's like, she hasn't even been around. No, not he has to pay her. He gets nothing. Like, they got a divorce. That's what it was. They got a divorce. And even though he was the primary caretaker, he was a stay-at-home dad, and she was the one who worked since they got the divorce, he gets nothing.
But, like, that's why I don't understand. Like, everybody wants equality, but then when the situation works out for you, equality goes out the window. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter if we're equal or not at this point. Like, he didn't birth this baby from his body, so therefore why should he get any type of money from me, even if you are the breadwinner? And like that's just like the thing that like rubs me the wrong way. Like if you really want to be equal, you need to be all the way equal.
I know, right? That's hard for a lot of us.
Right? Yeah. And it's just like I saw this other post too where it was on that guy's page that I was talking about earlier, where he was like, oh, fellas, like, let me give you some advice on, like, relationships. And one of them was, like, rub her feet without asking. And there was something else. And then it was, like, slide her a couple $100s on her days off. I'm just like, what?
Where did that come from?
What? Why would she need money from you on her days off? Like, why is that, like, the
slide
basis?
Her a couple $100? That's also, like, kind of rude to assume niggas got hundreds to slide.
And that's kind of, like, I feel like that's kind of degrading to the woman. It's like, oh, like, you really think, like, she needs your money?
Yeah, she might be okay. If you give her a 20, she might be like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. And it's just like, I think about it and like, I don't ask my nigga for money. I just ask him for his half of the rent, like, which is like, you have to give that to me, you know, like half of the bills. But it's just like, I'm not asking him like, oh, can you pay for my nails? Like, can you pay for this? Can you pay for that for the other? But it's like, if he offered, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to accept it. Like, but he's also my fiance. But if it's like, you're just somebody's fucking boyfriend, why the fuck are you saying like to give her money on her days off?
That is very strange. I mean, I'm a little bit different. I'm old school. So it's kind of like, in my relationships, like, I'm totally okay with a man giving me money.
Yeah, like, I'm saying I'm fine with it, but I'm not, like, saying it's a requirement.
I'm also totally okay with asking, because I'm also, like, I just knowing myself, I'm a very helpful person, and usually I'm the one who helps people get their shit together. And so it's, like, in my situations, I like to ask for money, because I deserve it.
So the thing was, show her you're not complacent. Sneak kisses in public. Let her get hers first and yours second, referring to sex. Rub her feet for no reason. Slide her a few $100s on her day off.
I'm all, steal kisses are great. Let her get hers first and second.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, first and second every time?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's okay. Not okay.
That's a lot.
Rub her feet for no reason. That's acceptable. But I would say slide her money.
Yeah,
on her day
but
off.
like,
but then it should
be
be
$100s.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, the $100s part is a problem.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, eh?
Because I think it also should be vice versa. Like, if you have, and that's also the thing that, like, they, in, like, a post they don't mention, it's like, if you have a man who, like, does that stuff for you, where it's, and even if it's hundreds, if he just slides you money, like, oh, just try to be cute or whatever, it's like, you also, what they're leaving out is the reciprocation.
Yeah.
So that's why when they said, oh, make sure she get hers first and second, I'm like, not every time. Like, I wouldn't want, you know, like, no, he should get his first sometimes too, because he's treating you well, you know, like, let's not.
It's just like, I feel like people feel like their men have to be their servant to a certain extent.
That's weird.
And it's just like,
I feel like you guys should be serving each other. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's why I was saying, I was like, that post is very one-sided. I'm like, it needs to literally be a reciprocation.
He went back on, it's Derek Jackson. He went back on and he like commented on it. I haven't watched the video yet. I plan to watch it. You want to watch it right now? Or like after? We could watch it after, but I wanted to see it because I know it probably is, because I know people were going off in the comments and like a lot of people are like, say it louder for people in the back, but it's just like, it's weird to me to think like it's a requirement for your man to give you money. Like that's just weird. That's like weird. It's not a requirement. Yeah. But is it a good bonus? Yes.
You know when it becomes a requirement?
When you marry?
No. At the beginning of your relationship, when you sit down and have the talk and say exactly what you want. That's the only time it's, if he says okay, that's when it becomes a requirement. But if you're living a normal relationship, you guys don't talk, and you're expecting that, that's a problem. But there are people who sit down and like, oh, well, I'm going to take care of the kids. I'm going to stay at home. So I require this, or I'm going to be in charge of the bills, you know, like some. So I require, you know, because I'm adding stress onto my life for you. But I don't think it's okay if you do not talk about it. It's so weird to expect
a nigga to give you money.
Yeah. Even expect a nigga to rub your feet. It's like, you could tell him that you like it. And then, you know, like, these are nice things to do. Yeah. But just like a man should rub your feet for no reason without, you know, you expecting it, you should also rub his back for no reason without him expecting, you know, like, it's always like there always should be reciprocation. Like, I feel everything.
Like, not like there should be a service for exchange, but it's just like you're saying, there should be some type of reciprocation, because what was it that I saw? Oh, that post on the Shade Room about the girl where the guy asked her, oh, I'm going to the mall to pick up some things for a trip, and I wanted to see you. Like, do you want to come hang out at the mall with me? And she was like, boy, I ain't meeting you at no mall. I'm a grown-ass adult. The only way I'm going to meet you at the mall is if you're going to be buying me something.
Oh, shit.
And I'm just like, bitch,
you don't like him.
Yeah. Like, you sound like you're trying to get what you can from him. Right. Because you don't like him and you know, like, he got it like that or something. Yeah,
that's a bitch that don't like you.
And like, that shit rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, why are you like, you're childish. Like, because I feel like women in general, what I see online and stuff, complain about dudes not wanting to spend time with them, or like men not going out their way to make time to see them. And it's like, he's offering you this opportunity to see him because he knows he's going out of town, and he's like, yo, like, come hang out with me. Like, shopping is fun sometimes, like when you're man shopping and you just go like with him to support, like, that's fun.
Yeah, I love
like
that.
I don't even need anything. Like, I'm just going, and like,
I love watching them try on clothes and be like, that's cute. Exactly. Yeah, I love that.
And then like, odds are they gonna buy you something. Yeah, like that just like generally always happens,
because then they're hyped up like, okay, I got my clothes right, let me just get her something. Yeah.
And so that made me mad. I'm like, you a bird ass bitch. Like, when you gonna tell him only way I'm going to the mall is if you gonna buy me something? That's like, okay, so that's probably why you still single. Yeah. Like, because you look at men as piggy banks instead of like for companionship and as a partner.
I mean, that's a blessing in general to find a man who would give you money. Like, don't be sitting there expecting niggas to give you money. That is a 1 in a million shit.
Like, unless you are a prostitute,
right?
I don't know, like, why you just expect niggas to slide you money because you're not at work.
That's a random, like,
but you got a job. Clearly.
Right. Yeah, like, I mean, shit. And it's like work. Plus, if you have a man who gives you money, like, don't be that lazy. Because, I mean, some women don't clean or cook, and that just scares me.
They don't do anything.
I'm like, if you have a man who gives you money and it helps you have more time on your hands, it's like, please cook him food.
Like, you know, like, show him that, like, you appreciate it. Like, I know this post doesn't show the other side, and like, there's a lot of assumptions to be made. Yeah. But it's just like, this shit to me is, I feel like it's so basic. Yeah. Like, to show you're not complacent, like, okay, sex is at the top of that list to show that.
Yeah.
Like, not being like, oh, let me get you something I know you love. Or, like, even, like, when you're out somewhere and you see something that reminds me of you. Like, if you send me this and be like, oh, look, I saw this and it reminded me of you. I appreciate that more than you letting me come first. Sorry. I just do. Like, for me personally.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah, that was, I wonder the type of person who made that, you know. Like,
it was, I mean, he posted it.
Derek
I don't
Jackson.
know if he made it, but he posted it. And it says throwback to 2015. So I guess he made it in 2015.
I guess.
I mean,
but
4
even his
years,
story with his woman, he cheated on her too. Yeah, all these niggas, yeah. He cheated on her too, and then she dumped him, and then he had to fight for her back. So, I mean, niggas, yeah, I know. None of them can just do it the right way the first time.
Okay.
Why the fuck does it have to be so hard?
I'm just not going to give him a whole lot of, what's that shit called?
He blew up off his shit.
Validation on this. And I'm definitely about to watch this other one to see, like,
I do want to watch that
what
one
he
too.
had to say. But, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like social media is, like, fucking up relationships and like fucking up a lot of shit and like fucking up people's expectations of what they expect from a relationship. So when they get into one and they don't get it, they feel like it's not good. And it's just like, you don't have to do what everybody else does, and you don't have to expect what everybody else expects in a relationship for your relationship to be good.
Right.
And so I don't know, I got irritated clearly.
Yeah.
And
just
so,
be happy in your own situation.
Yeah.
If you like who you're with, don't worry about what the fuck they're giving you. Obviously, if they're trash, that matters.
Yeah, if like, they go to trash.
If they're up to no good and they're not bringing you down with them.
And not making you happy.
But if you're happy, you guys enjoy each other, you guys talk, first of all, because some people just have sex. If you guys actually fucking talk for hours and don't even be looking for having sex, like if you guys just have that's things to focus on. And people who, you shouldn't date someone who isn't trying to work harder. Like, just someone, not work harder, but work hard in general. Like, you should be with someone who motivates you and is motivated, because that also will motivate you, you know? Don't be lazy. Be reciprocal, you know? Yeah. Simple shit, but it is few and far between. So I'm not like surprised that people don't have it, you know? Like, it's just, the market sucks.
I don't see a lot of posts saying what women should do in relationships. I always see like what a man should do, and it's like not a man's responsibility to carry a relationship. Like, it's both of y'all.
It's both.
Y'all both doing it.
We need posts about both,
and that's why that shit's so hard, because both y'all niggas gotta have the same energy.
Yeah, both gotta work towards it. Absolutely.
But I digress.
Is this time for a look at God?
Yeah.
My look at God, I mean, mine is always very simple, like life is good. But yesterday at work, it was just like it's something that just doesn't really happen. Like, I'm a waitress on the weekends, right? And we were just understaffed, like, I mean, by far, to where like all inside of our spirits. As a waitress, you keep like a stern, like, you know, you keep a straight face, but inside we're like panicking, you know, like because we're like, we know that we're moving towards where someone's about to get pissed off because something's late or something forgot. Because, you know, we're also like forgetting shit, you know, and so it's like, or something got forgotten or something took too, you know, like, so we're even though no one's mad yet, we're just like, okay, we're getting hit hard. Like, this is going to be really, really bad. Like, and we're all just working and that, but we all have that in our mind. Like, and I'm just usually just asking people like, help me, do please. I literally told the servers in the dining room area who aren't in cocktail, like when they came down, I'm like, if you are not busy, come down to the bar and help us. Yeah. Like, we need, I don't even know what I need help with. You need to just come down and help. Just come. And so my homegirl, she's the main one who comes down. Like, actually, two of my closest friends at my job, actually, they're both in the dining room, and they came down, and like when I ask them for help, they always like, making a cappuccino takes forever. So I went up there and I was like, please make a cappuccino, drop it off there. And he's like, oh yeah, like, no, okay. And then my other homegirl came down and I was like, please, are you busy? She's like, no, I'm bored. I was like, please just run all of my drinks. Like, I just take them all. I can't do it right now. Like, full panic mode. But the blessing behind it all is that like nobody got mad at me. And I was like, literally, I'm waiting for it. Like, I'm like, okay, someone's going to get pissed, something. One dude, he was like, first of all, restaurants show you a lot about people's character. Because if you know anything about a restaurant, if it's busy, your server is busy. And you should know that.
Like, they're not just sitting around.
They're not, I promise you, they're not just sitting around. Like, especially if it's a restaurant that has more than like 2.5 stars, you know, actual functioning restaurant. Like, and so most people, they understand. Like, there was one guy who was all like, I know you guys are super busy. Like, I can see how fast you guys are walking. So when you have time, like, those are the people where I'm like, your brain is in contact. You know, like you're working with this other guy. Like you see me with all the people that I'm talking to, but you're like, why is this taking so long? And as he's waving at me, it's so busy that he's having to wave through people. So it's like even that alone should kind of be like
tell you something, bruh.
There's a million people in here, and we're not just inside. The whole outside, and it's open seating. It's not like the hostess is like, okay, do you have a table here? No, these people all came in. We had a point where, and this happened like 3 times yesterday, where it's like 50 people came in 20 minutes, and we're just like. And we're just seeing it happen, and we're just like, shit, okay. And then we just start moving, you know? And so, like, one girl, she's an amazing server. Like, I think she had more than me because she, like, can handle it. Like, but one of her tables did get mad. But it's like, she was doing so much. Like, she was helping me, too. And she's just so experienced, you know? And I'm just like, so it made me shocked, like, damn, the experienced one got a complaint, but I understand why she was slammed. And I'm just shocked, like, I didn't get a complaint. And the manager who, like, is just always mean, she wasn't there. Like, she'll come in, like, she doesn't know how to manage. And this is why I don't want bosses anymore. And my goal is to, you know, like, quit everywhere. Because I'm like, I can't do this. My managers suck. She comes in and she's like, instead of being like, who needs help? What do you need? Where does this need to go? It's more of like, you need to, and it's like, we're all in our head, like working. This table doesn't have drinks. Where's their drinks? I'm like, I'm doing them right. I'm doing it right now. Well, they need them right now. I'm doing it right now. What do they need?
Drinks.
Water. As I'm standing in front of the water. You have to get their water. You know, like, and it's just like, everyone like doesn't ask her for help because she's just one of those managers. And I really don't like her because it's like, I'm one of the newest people. So it's almost as if she thinks she needs to badger me. Yeah. Like I'm doing something wrong. Yeah. And I'm like, your other servers are getting complaints. I need you to, and if you want to help, just come in and say who needs help. Like my other managers were just standing, like whenever I see them standing there and they don't look busy, I'm like, hey, you want to take some waters over there? And they're like, oh yeah, they're great. They're so helpful. But I hate that job. So that is my look at God, because it's like, I just want to quit. And I went through a rough day and like didn't have to come home and be like, fuck, what the fuck? I hate my fucking boss. I mean, obviously I'm mad at work every day because everyone's rude, but we're doing better. We're getting there. I'm sure my next shift next Saturday, someone's going to piss me off, but that's okay because I made it. That's all that matters.
Yeah. And my look at God is I made it through this week. So I was on call and I switched call weekends with my now manager. So I was on call from last Friday to this Thursday. And so I worked Sunday through Thursday. And that's hard. Like at my job, if you work 5 days in a row, that's like fucking hard as shit. Mm-hmm. And on my last day working of the week, I worked 12 hours and almost was going to work 15. But look at God, like one of the sterilizers at the hospital kept fucking up. And that was part of the reason I started work late on Thursday. So we started work late because the sterilizer didn't dry the instruments that we needed for the surgery, and they were like vital instruments, and so they were wet, and so we had to delay the case. So we got our day started late. The doctor kept saying the surgery is going to be 12 hours, and I was like, man, he playing. It was 12 hours. And then we had one more to do after it, and like the surgeon's trying to push to do it, but the trays came up wet, so they reprocessed them again. We waited 30 minutes, and they said the trays were coming up, and like I was very agitated, so I walked out of the operating room, like, control desk, and I was like, you guys, I'm going to pack my shit up. I was like, this shit's probably going to be wet, and I don't want to waste my time. Mm-hmm. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I haven't had a break today, and I'm just going to pack my shit up. I was like, if he does this surgery, he'll have to do it without me. Like, it was a fucking A-lift. Like, I don't even need to fucking be there. So I go and I start packing my shit up, and as soon as I go in the room, the trays were wet. I was like, how'd I know? Mm-hmm. And so I just finished packing my shit up. And then I did a favor for my coworker because she had ended up bringing me food between my cases. So I put her equipment like on our little table that we have there, so like she could just come to work the next day and work. Mm-hmm. And so she ended up getting lucky because since my second case canceled, her second case canceled the following day because it was the same patient. Mm-hmm. They were going to have like a 2-part procedure. So yeah, look at God that I made it through that week. This week, I already feel like it's going to be trying, but I'm just going to call off. I've gotten to that point where it's just like, fuck this job. If I don't feel like I want to go, I'm not. So that's the point where I'm at, because I feel like
I'm like, yep.
They let 3 people be off last week, and we have a team of 7.
Damn.
And so that's what really pissed me off, because I feel like they weren't doing a good job as managers, and that's been happening for a long time. So if I check my schedule today and it's not in my favor, I'm gonna call off work. So look at God for that, because I'm finally reaching that point. Yeah. And then look at God, like I'm getting like prospects coming in for jobs. Oh, I went to a job interview. I wasn't qualified. I knew this, but I was like, let me just go and see what I could learn. And I actually learned a lot of valuable information from going to that interview, even though it was stressful as fuck, because he was asking me all these questions I couldn't answer. But I got a lot of valuable feedback, and like, so I'm still putting job applications out there, and I'm learning how to make myself better in the career that I want to switch into. And then I got vacation coming up, so I ordered a lot of stuff to like do sewing projects that I've been wanting to do. So I'm going to get a lot of time to myself to just like be at home and sew, because that's exactly what I want to be doing when I'm at work. So yeah, look at God for that. A bitch got some free time coming up. That don't happen. Haven't had a real break all summer.
Yeah. Look at God. Oh, I see you, universe. Also.
Yeah, we haven't been saying that, but I mean, y'all in there too. Y'all represent it.
Yeah, I mean, ours is a look at God, and then sometimes we'll have guests that'll choose I see you, universe. Sometimes, I mean, I see you, universe. It's like I like that. You know, you can control energy and stuff like that. Yeah, the
vibrations and positive ones coming back.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. But just so you guys know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast. There's no G at the end of Getting. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow us on there and comment on there. Also, YouTube. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast with no G at the end of Getting. Please subscribe and comment on our videos. Watch us Breakfast Club style. We're also on Spotify. Just follow our Young in Getting It podcast playlist. I'm going to say Young in Podcast. Young in Getting It podcast playlist on Spotify. We're also on GooglePlay. We're also on Stitcher. We're also on Pocket Cast. We're also on all podcasting platforms. If you look us up, we'll be there.
And you best to listen. You could also find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast. Or you could go to our Facebook, which is facebook.com/YAGIPOD. And we also have our website, which is www.weareyagip.com. And then, to join the conversation, email us at Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or text or call our Google Voice number, which is 323-486-3811. Peace. We'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.